Hey everybody, today we are in Bardin, and Bardin is probably most famous for the Bardin Booger. And my grandma used to tell me about the Bardin Booger when I was a little boy. That would have been back in the late 70s. That shows you how old I am. But there's really not much in Bardin. But the Bardin Booger is like a Sasquatch, Bigfoot kind of thing. And you can watch a video on YouTube by Outcast Paranormal if you want to see a really good detailed video about it. Now, I'm not sure if that's the creek down there. I can't really tell. But we're coming up on pretty much only the real kind of settlements they have in Bardin. And we'll pull in up here. This is the Buds, although I don't see where it says Buds anymore. Bud's convenience store. And it looks like Bud's maybe had a garage once upon a time, but I don't think that's an operating garage. So there's some big tires over there. Oh, right there's a sign that says Bud's Grocery. That looks like a Nutrina Feeds kind of shed. And that's it. There's really nothing else in Bardin. So if you want to watch about the Bardin Booger and learn about the legend of the Bardin Booger, I will put the link in the description below for Paranormal Outcast video. He actually did a really good job on that, so it's like a real documentary. But I was less interested in, you know, the Bardin Booger and more just filming the town, which really, as you can see, pretty small. I do want to show you up here if we can. Of course, we got someone right on our butt. But one of the roads up here is named Little Rascals Lane, or Little Rascals Drive or something. I thought that was cool. And it was an actual street sign. So I'm going to shut this off and we will pull in and I'll show you the street sign. Okay, so here's a church. This is down maybe 2 miles past Bud's store there. And that will officially be it for Bardin. I'm not going to be able to show you the Little Rascals Lane because that was right at somebody's driveway and they were out in their yard, so I didn't want to pull in there and deal with that. But all right then, that's the great town of Bardin. I guess we'll go into Palatka and maybe see if we can't find something to film in Palatka just to pad this video. So we'll be right back. Okay, I figure since that Bardin video was pretty short, I'd put some bonus footage on here for you, because I know more of me is a bonus. Anyway, we're at the Lowe's, and we're just going to drive around and look at the old Palatka Mall, which I believe has been there since 1980. And it still has a few stores left in it, though, not many. And we got Grandma Moses coming behind us, taking her time. So, come along for the ride. We'll have fun. And Lowe's is always a good place to go people watching. I think so. People looking there and at stuff and just like they can't believe their eyes. Oh my God, this plant right here is so amazing. I've never seen a plant like it ever. Something special. Now this right here, and I'm going to ask James, the driver, to go slow so I could show these. Don't Jeff Gordon it up now. Now this right here are really neat. I would like to have one of those. I mean, how cool would it be to drive to the store in that? Just get in your little cart. $10,000 though, my gravy. And they got some John Deere tractors. That's a pretty good bargain for a John Deere tractor at only $2,600. But how cool would it be to go out and make a video in one of them little carts? I think that would be very cool. Although you'd have to get, I don't know, the wind noise would be unbearable, I think. Okay, so we're leaving Lowe's, where you cannot overnight park. If you're in an RV, you're out of luck. Can't park there. Can't park here. Parking lot's taken. Okay, we got a Mexican standoff there. Alright, so we're just going to roll around. This is the Palatka Mall, which, like I said, was built in 1980, I do believe. Oh, they got all these palm trees, which have probably been here since 1980. And they have a Roses. Now, I love Roses. We had some family in Moultrie, Georgia, and every time we went there, we always went to the Roses, which I always liked it. And I never saw Roses anywhere else. Now we got one in Palatka. And there's your Ollie's bargain outlet. Good, cheap stuff. And I like Ollie's. It's fun to go in and look around. You can occasionally find something good. And usually it is cheap. Now I'm going to go through here and try to give you some memory of what used to be in here. This area, and it looks like they're rebuilding it too. That's pretty cool. That used to be a Walgreens right in there, and that was a Twisty Treat where it says Phillips Jewelers. And that was a movie theater, which is now long gone. There is no movie theater in Palatka anymore that I know of. And right about there where that pink door is, that was, I think, the record store that they had in there, which I think was a Camelot Music. And that's where I bought my Motley Crue Shout at the Devil tape. Shoe Show Mega. They got Crocs and everything. And get your Fila and your Vans in there. Now that used to be a Goodies, and I think before that it was a one of them fancy stores. It wasn't Macy's, but it was something. Alright, my girlfriend wants to run in and look at the shoe store, so I guess we'll go do that. I'll take the camera in and see if they'll let me film. See what kind of Vans they got. Alright, this is the Vans they have. They got a skate high with flames on it. Good old waffle sole. All black skate high. I like that. And then we get into DC. They got DC shoes. Never really cared for DC shoes, but I never had a high top pair like these. These might be fun to skate in. Don't know. And then they got more Vans. These are all your low tops. That's pretty cool with the off the wall on it. And that looks like that's about it for vans. Very cool. My girlfriend's over looking at the Crocs, so I just come over here and looked at the vans right quick. Very cool. And to get a pair of vans at famous mega shoe show or whatever it's called would be, it was $64.99. now it's $54.98. You could probably do better than that online though. Maybe, I don't know. Haven't bought a pair of Vans in a few years, so I'm not positive what they're even going for now. I remember back in the 80s when you could get a pair of Vans, a pair of low tops would have been like 30 bucks, so. And they're now $49.98. Alright then, I'll come back and show you something else. This is just a random video. Alright, this is a pretty cool little ditch to skate. This is right outside of the Palatka Mall. The concrete was really rough in, you know, the late 80s, and I haven't skated it since, but I'd imagine that this is fairly rough, you know, even rougher now. But it's a fun little ditch. You know, I gotta show that. Alright, we'll show you something else and then we'll end this video. Okay, still just randomly driving around filming stuff. Nothing really exciting to film. Palatka is not a big city by any means, but it's not a small town either, so it would be hard to do, you know, a 10 to 20 minute driving video of Palatka, but just since we're here, I'll just film some things just to tack on to my Bardin video. And there is Planet Fitness. I showed that in a video, my Palatka video before. And we're just going to ride through and take a look, see what's going on at the Goodwill. Speed bump. And this is the Palatka Goodwill. Now they do have a crazy selection of VHS tapes and DVDs in there. And somebody from Gen Mobile is selling some smartphones. And this looks like a Bailey's Health and Fitness. And this is the Big Lots. Now, in the early 90s, this was Palatka's Walmart. All of this building that I'm showing you. There's the Big Lots, if I can kind of get that in there. This camera specializes in zooming in, but doesn't really do too well in zooming out. So anyway, this is their Tractor Supply, which looks to be a little bit smaller than the Tractor Supply in Hawthorne. And this over here, oh, they're building something new there. That used to be where the Blockbuster was, and after it was Blockbuster, it was a Chinese buffet. They've torn that building down and they're now building something else. King Buffet. Alright then, we're now leaving Palatka. Couldn't really find anything too thrilling to show, but this is just a random video anyway, that unplanned and on the fly. So if you've made it this far, I thank you for watching. And this Saturday, I'm going to be going back to the Little Orange Creek Nature Park because they're going to be having some kind of a festival out there. So we'll see how that does. Might be interesting. I'll show you this building right here for the old timers. That used to be a roller skating rink back in the early 80s. And that's where you go and skate to, you know, Loverboy and whatever else. All right then, I'm gonna just go ahead and sign out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching my videos. Peace out.